Hey y'all, I just want to address something with you really, really quickly, okay? For people out there who is health conscious, which I'm trying to be more health conscious. Sometimes I'm doing good, and then sometimes, I love my snack foods. But I keep hearing this whole controversy about people hollering about the what is it? The FDA, the Food Government Services, okay? About yeah, poison in the food, bacterias, about people wanting fresh organic foods, about people wanting whole foods, about people wanting bacteria free, hormonal free foods, people wanting clean agricultural growth foods, no hormones, no chemicals, no pesticides in foods, and I'm all for it. I wish that food could be grown like that in the United States for consumers, for consumption of the public, health codes and all of that stuff. But realistically, somebody needs to tell you guys, if you don't know, that um, when you plant seeds and you harvest grains, food, stuff like that, most seeds, like for like vegetables, wheats, grains, things like that, corn, it takes anywhere from 60, 70 to 90 days for a head of lettuce, for corn to grow, for wheat to grow, for bread, you know what I mean? For vegetables, carrots. Like, it takes a long time for these crops to grow and, be ready for harvesting. Even fruits, it takes, a couple months to grow. Okay. And humans consume food every day. They don't consume food, they don't consume food on a monthly basis. They eat food every day, 3 times a day or more, depending on, what is your regimen or if you're fasting. Okay. So to make a very long story short, it's like this. When people are growing food, they have to think about in terms of mass supply, mass production, and how fast people are consuming fruits, vegetables, meats, produce, okay? And if it takes anywhere from 30 to 90 days for vegetables and fruits to grow, bloom, and mature in natural weather and in greenhouse productions, and then it also takes anywhere from 9 months, give or take, for animals to produce new babies, and then it has to grow into, big herds, cattle's, big chickens and stuff like that. This is why they use hormones. They use hormones to make it so that, basically food and vegetables and, grains and everything is plentiful. Harvest is plentiful so that people can eat and have a sense of nutritional value every day without saying, you have to wait. Back in the old days, like medieval times, people would literally run out of food. They would run out of grains. The whole town would go into tears, tyranny, cries, destruction, and chaos. And so for those reasons, people came up with the idea of how to make chemicals for mass production and to keep the markets going, the stock markets, people who, buy, you know, regularly consumption and consuming food so that we can have, mass supply on a global market scale. So basically, what I'm telling you is a lot of people want organic whole foods, and if you can find those in your store near you, that is the best consumption for your food. But it's a reason why people use chemical and hormones until we can find a way to produce food faster, because it takes a long time. What you eat a head of lettuce, like I said before, what you'll eat, tomatoes, head of lettuce or whatever, that takes anywhere from 60, 90 days, and you'll eat it in 2 seconds, or you'll eat it in 5 minutes or 10 minutes or however it take for you to finish your meal portion. Okay. So that's why people are using chemicals, and everybody is really mad because, they want healthy food, which I understand, for your children, for your family, for your loved ones. You want healthy food. You want, good quality food. You want, the best that your money could buy. And that's understandable. But you have to understand how they grow the food and how long it takes for the food to produce from the soil to your table. And then that's not even counting how long it takes to, hire people to pick the fruit or vegetables, to harvest it, to clean it in the factory, and then to ship it. Okay. From store to store. Some of these food suppliers ship from different countries. So sometimes what you think is a fresh produce had been, sitting around in crates and in bulk on its way to you for about 2 weeks. Okay. You know how they be saying like avocados from Mexico. Okay. So yeah, I'm just letting you guys know why food sometimes go bad when you first receive it, because it took a long time for it to be, shipped to you from other countries that we as Americans merge with, and we do transactional, exchange of resources and finances. Okay. And also why, you know, there's chemicals and hormones in the food, pesticides and things like that, to keep the food preserved longer so that you can actually consume it and, have your health. Okay. So some of the things that you can do, whereas if you're worried about consuming foods that make you sick, some of the things you can do, it's like you can do a detox. There's detox teas on the market that helps clean your body out of, harmful systems like toxins and stuff. Like there's different detox teas. Okay. You can go to GMC or health food stores and they have different things to help cleanse your body. Okay. Also, there's always vitamins. Okay. There's also stimulants and substances that you can take to move your bowels, to make sure that if you have a backed up amount of bacteria in your body, it helps to clean your bodily system. Your digestive system is meant to move stool and feces so that you can become cleaner, so that a lot of the toxins do not stay in your system. Also, drinking water is always a go-to to help clear your skin, to rehydrate your body, and to remove toxins out of your system. Okay. So teas is good, vitamins is good, H2O is always a go-to. Okay. To help remove toxins. Also, when you can, if you have extra energy, exercise. That helps to sweat toxins out your skin, okay, from food and pesticides and hormone, that they put into, mass productions, so that, your food is tasteful and that, you know, you can consume it, because like I said, it takes a long time to produce food. And I don't know if people realize that. Like, I don't know if farmers, people, the government, they don't tell you that, your lettuce takes, that little tiny hit of lettuce that you're eating, in the afternoon, it took anywhere from, you know, 30 to 90 days to make. Your tomatoes took a long time to make. And then, you're wondering why they have to preserve it or put hormones in it, or why they use growth hormones for the tiny chicken that, it was born, and now we got it. Everybody loves chicken. Almost everybody like chicken. So you have to like blow it up with hormones or whatever, so that it'll get bigger faster, so that there'll be a chicken at your table, a sense of protein for your consumption. So I'm just telling you to, counteract some of the toxins in the body. Those are some of the things you can do. Like monitor your health, detox, fast. Okay. There's always candida cleans for growth overload, like if you're allergic to yeast or different soybeans or whatever. And of course, water, exercise. Okay. Make sure that you are breathing. That helps. Okay. And then just keep researching things that will help you, things that you find interesting when it comes to your health. Never stop learning, never stop growing, and always keep applying good things in your life, and that will always help you, okay, until we can find a way to make more healthier products, okay? Some people grow their own products at home, and they know that it's not full of chemicals, and that's a good thing too if you have a green thumb, okay? But that's not convenient for everybody's lifestyle. So I hope that this helped you, and if it did, please hit me up with a comment and a heart.